Today, I'm going to talk about what happened in between. Now, one of the most revealing clues in deception is what gets skipped, not what gets said, what gets skipped. Because sometimes the most important part of the story is the bit someone jumps straight over. I'm sure you've heard it all before. I'm Stephen Apron, and today we're looking at skipped transitions, a fascinating linguistic pattern in statement analysis. But before we start, just a quick disclaimer. No single behaviour on its own proves deception. Factors such as stress, trauma, shock, poor memory, ADHD, neurodivergence, communication issues, and so on, all can influence storytelling. We look for patterns, not isolated behaviours. These are observations, not proof. Now let's get into it. A transition is simply movement from one part of the story to the next. Truthful stories usually flow naturally, not perfectly, but logically. For example, I left the office, got into the car, stopped for coffee, then drove home. Simple, clear, sequential. But sometimes the story may jump suddenly. For example, I left the office and then the police were there. Wait a minute, what happened in between? That skipped section may be where the important information lives. Another example, I got home and next thing I knew, everyone was upset. Next thing, what happened between those 2 points? That kind of jump creates investigative, interesting, and potentially further questioning. Scanned informed analysis pays particular attention to story structure because genuine lived experiences often unfold with natural continuity. Fabricated or uncomfortable stories sometimes leap over dangerous moments. Why? Because detailed transitions create exposure. More detail means more accountability, more verification, more chance of contradiction. And psychologically, if someone feels uncomfortable, they may unconsciously jump past risky moments. Researchers like Albert Bridge discuss how deceptive narratives may become simplified to reduce cognitive load, and skipping transitions can be part of that simplification. Now again, not always deception. Some people are poor storytellers, or some summarize naturally, some leave things out without bad intent. And that's why we really have to baseline or benchmark behaviours and look for deviations from that behaviour, because we need to work out if someone's constructing or relaying a historical event. But in critical parts of the story, if critical parts of the story keep disappearing, then that matters, especially around emotional sensitive events, arguments, accusations, missing money, physical incidents, or relationship conflict. Because often the skipped part is exactly where the pressure lives. So let's recap. Watch for sudden timeline jumps, missing sequence detail. The next thing I knew was blah, 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 that type of thing. Then suddenly, or words to that effect, and skip moments around critical events, because sometimes people don't lie with what they say. They lie with what they leave in between the lines. If you found this useful, comment truth below, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who you think may need to see it. Because once you understand human behaviour, you don't just hear what people say, you see what they're trying to hide.